Monica, I want to talk a little bit now about the procedures. What happens? I come to you and I say, or I call you and I say, Monica, I'm behind a couple of months with my mortgage. I've lost my job. I got laid off and I can't make the mortgage payments. Help.
Okay. Well, I think it's first important to say that if you've lost income, you lost your job, and you have a spouse that's working, definitely, you are someone who is likely going to be a candidate for a loan modification. But if you just lost your job and you don't have an income at all, that really is a tough position because, yes, you are the one who really needs something. But with no money coming in, they could give you a $1 a month house payment. And if you have zero coming in, you can't make the $1 payment.
Well,
so
what if you have savings or you're collecting unemployment insurance, that sort of thing?
If you have savings, a lot of people will live off their savings for a while, but still they want to see regular income. If you have unemployment's going to last 6 months. Some investors and lenders will consider it, but since it's not going to be something that's going to last, it's a short amount of time, short-term relief. You need something a little bit more than that. I mean, they'll evaluate you because this process takes, 4, 5, 6 months sometimes. So they'll start the evaluation while you're on unemployment, expecting and hoping that you would have a job before the end of it, and they could put you into something permanent. But if you just don't have a job and no income coming in at all, that's a real difficult situation.
All right, let's assume I qualify. Now what?
Mm-hmm. Well, we begin negotiating with the lender, and that really, takes some time because the lenders are not really hiring. If the lenders were hiring enough people to service the clients who needed modification, we'd have less unemployment.
Yeah, I hear that.
I mean, really, but it's a money loser for them. They're not really out looking for, to hire people. I'll give you an example. Chase, one of the negotiators told us 684,000 loan applications, 400 employees. You do the math. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So a lot of time they put the process, they're trying to make it like an assembly line and streamline the process, but it takes a lot. It's like saying, how long is the line at Walmart? Well, I don't know. What time is it?
Do they generally negotiate in good faith with you?
I think so. I mean, some, and I will reserve their names, but there's one or two servicers that I think are, can be pretty bad actors in this, arena. But for the most part, I think that the investors are putting pressure on the servicers. Look, you got to, mitigate my loss. You got to help me out of this situation and do what you can to prevent any more foreclosures. I can't afford it. But as I said earlier, I think what's really left out of the conversation is the interest that the servicer has because they're not getting money. If you're not making your house payment, if you are making your house payment, they do get some money, which is why they don't want you to go late. Just make your payment so that they can get the money. Some of them will say, be late before they want to work with you so that they're guaranteed stimulus money. Because if you're 60 days late, then you're a shoo-in for the stimulus money. So they have their own interest in all of this stuff, and it's not necessarily what's in your best interest or even what's in the owner of the mortgage, the investor's best interest. Because
and that's something else I wanted to ask you. It's got to be difficult to root through the quagmire of information to actually find who is actually holding this mortgage.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They don't have to tell you over the phone. If you make a written demand, they will answer you, but in turn. So however long the line is, your letter will go into a pile, and when your number gets called, they will respond to you. For instance, just the fax line at Chase at one point was 3 weeks long. It was 3 weeks if you sent a fax today before you could get a confirmation from Chase because they had such a volume of information coming in. So I just think that it's important for people to understand that the servicer has an interest. So you're dealing when you're doing this on your own. I mean, it's difficult even for me, and I have some experience doing this. For instance, I just got an email as I was sitting here from one of my negotiators who said, I let the client on the line, called the bank, wanted to discuss the pre-approval. The new person on the line says, well, we don't have any record of that. The last person that you talked to must not have saved the screen, so we have to start all over.
Oh, my gosh. All right, who's on the line with us?
My name's Rick.
Hi, Rick. Welcome.
Rick.
Welcome to the show. Talk to Monica. Go ahead.
I just turned on and I just caught the end of it, but I just had my loan modified. It took 9 months from the first time we missed the mortgage payment to the time they said we're going to qualify you. And that was a long time, and it wore some patience between me and my wife. So for all those people who are just waiting, it takes time.
It absolutely
for this whole
takes
thing
time.
to involve.
Monica, what's the average length of time it takes? This gentleman was 9 months. How long does it normally take?
Well, I think if he started 9 months ago, the lenders really didn't quite have their act together. And 9 months ago, the stimulus plan was not in effect. So things have made some progress since then. However, it still will take 4, 5, 6 months, depending on how many applications for loan modification that these lenders have. They're not increasing staff to handle the volume.
No, they're not. That was the big issue. And with all the confusion, the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing.
Absolutely.
So you have to stay on it. It takes a constant vigil to maintain your sanity.
I would imagine that put a lot of stress on your family.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, but we got over it, and my wife was in tears once they said, you're approved. We're still waiting for that package, the introductory period or trial period, is that what they're called?
Yes.
And we're still waiting for that package, but they said it's on the way.
How long ago did they tell you it was on the way?
A week ago.
Okay, if you don't get it the next week, you should bug them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because, we got to keep on them to make sure that it happens.
Who do you make your payments to?
Another bit of information is for Freddie Mac. There's a Freddie Mac website, and that's who our loan is, and you can put your address to see if you're a Freddie Mac backed mortgage,
right?
And they'll email you back and say yes, it is, what have you.
Actually,
so that's how we found out.
Yeah, actually, you don't have to wait for an email back. There is a site that you just put in your address and the last 4 digits of your social, and it'll tell you right there. You just click the button.
Well, that must be new because when I did that before, they had sent an email. You had to send an email back.
No, it'll tell you right then. And Fannie Mae also has that same website.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. I just want to let you know.
Appreciate the call. Thank you. Good luck.